Hey guys, how are you guys doing today? We are back with some more Blade and Soul, and it's been a while, but as you guys voted for, I'm here to give you guys a more updated guide on Warden's Ice build. Now, a little disclaimer if you have never watched one of my videos before, it is that I do not play on Madness because I do not enjoy playing on Madness, and if I don't enjoy playing on something, I will not make content for it. Alright, so little disclaimer there. Anyways, regardless of what build you choose for Warden, both builds are fantastic and they are both very nice. It's just that I will not be covering Madness on my channel because I just don't enjoy playing it in general. Anyways, today I will be covering Ice for you guys, also known as Guardian, and let's jump right into it. So first thing you want to do is press K, and all of your talents and well, your points and talents are going to be there, but we'll talk about points in just a little bit. We're going to go right into talent. So you have 3 specs on top. Slugger, you do not need it. That's a knockback that we don't use. We're going to spec into Holy Blade because it's going to give us our main DPS skill, Sonic Strike, Awakened Sonic Strike, and Sword Salvo. Very powerful moves. Adepts is basically the same thing except for Blade Barrage, Epicenter, and Awakened Epicenter. Keep in mind that this doesn't give you one of our most powerful skills in game, which is Sword Salvo. These things are absolutely powerful and they do not miss their targets with accuracy and precision. These things are so nice to have. Then we're gonna have the brilliant skill, Divine Light. Now Divine Light is a very strong move that also heals you for 50% of what it does. You guys can see here that it only does 150k. However, if I put my weapon on, it actually does 300k base damage, which is really good. I took it off so that she doesn't play Guitar Hero every single time I try to talk about something, but you know. Divine Light, very powerful move, does around 300k, and if it crits, it does around 1 million to 900k base damage, which is really good because you're able to heal really fast with Divine Light intact. For armor regeneration, we're gonna spec into resilience because this will give us an extra sun spark each time we hit our armor regen, and this would just give us an extra DPS boost. Also gives us 80% of damage. It also gives us 80% of resilience recovery, which is quite good, quite nice. And so that's mainly what we use our armor regen for. Keep in mind that most bosses will not be able to shred our armor that quickly unless you're doing a ET raid, which is, or a Scarlet Temple raid, because you know the enemies there just hit a lot harder, but you should be fine if you know how to micromanage this. And then we'll move on to Blade Ward. Now Blade Ward does have 3 spec. Now back then, and about last year somewhere, I said this Blade Ward here is really good and Dur is really good, but now it's not that good because it only gives you a 30% recovery rate, which you don't really need. So now we spec into Contender, gives us both Mystic and AP. Very nice. This will give us a slight DPS increase, not much, but it's good enough. Last but not least, we're going to talk about Divine Strike. Now there's 3 specs here. Sunrise is not very good for PvE. This is decent in PvP, but I wouldn't say that it's gonna be significant because, like, I don't spec into this, and most wardens that do spec into this, I counterplay them pretty well. But anyways, this is the slow Divine Strike where you charge up your Divine Strike up to 3 stages, and the 3rd stage of Divine Strike will basically annihilate every single thing in existence. Okay, now you guys can see on the 3rd stage it says during Divine Strike duration extend up to 4.5 seconds, 50% resilience recovery on a successful Divine Strike stage 2 or 3, reset Divine Strike stage 3. Let me see, on a successful Divine Strike stage 3, reset most skills. So this is basically a skill reset. It's a very strong skill in PvP, but most people don't spec it because Striker is just so nice to have. Striker is super fast, and you can able to annihilate your enemies really quickly. This skill also will one-shot a lot of players still, even if you don't spec into Ascension, which is already really nice. Okay, so that's the talents that we're gonna go for. Now, in terms of points, points, you're really gonna be wanting to go into your main DPS skill, which is Sonic Strike. Very important. Of course, we're gonna put points into Divine Strike because you guys can already see how much base damage this already does. This is just base damage, guys, without any damage amplifiers, without your soul buff, without your soul burn buff, without your talisman, without your heart buff. This is no buff. Now, if you just give it a flat 15% boost, this is gonna crit around 18 million to 20 million damage, which is pretty nice. My highest crit on Divine Strike was 22 million. It is a little bit of RNG. Most of the time, I do crit around 16 million to 18 million, depending on the day. But on my highest crit with blue buff, you can only achieve 22 million with blue buff. You can't achieve 22 million without blue buff. So that's a little, it's a little bit unfortunate, but you can only wish, right? Last but not least, we're gonna spec into Sword Salvo. One of this is our favorite move because Sword Salvo, not only that it heat seeks you, these are just so nice to have. They crit around 3 million to 2.5 million damage, and they do a lot of Mystic Badge damage. You guys can see here that I have the ET Mystic Badge right here, and it does quite a bit. 2,890% of attack power is quite nice, and it does hit 5 times. Let me see. Range over 5 bright wings. Yeah, so it's 5 meters. No, is it 4? I think it's on Sword Salvo. It's 4 meters and hits 5 times. 4 meters hits 5 times. 720. No, 2,800. Yeah. So it's very strong, very strong. You get the same bright wing effect, but these bright wings, they follow you around. So in PvP, if a class puts on their 5-second iframe, that iframes in 5 times, you literally can launch a Sword Salvo at them and it'll get rid of their whole entire iframe. And because bright wing follows them around, and it's very strong. Anyways, that is it for the talent and skill points. Now, there's one more thing that I highly recommend before you do anything, is that you go in and you disable Reaper, you disable Scythe, and you also disable stance shift. This one removes sentry stance, and you never want to get rid of your sentry stance. You really don't want to, because sentry stance is absolutely amazing. Did you know that you are not able to be CC in sentry stance, even though it only says resist status effect for 1 second? It is the whole sentry duration. You are resisting and getting a 30% damage reduction during the whole time that you're in sentry stance. Okay, this buff here is a little bit of a lie. So you are resisting all your CCs in sentry stance. And then last but not least, disable, where's that one move? Dire Strike. If I can find it. Dire Strike, there it is. So you disable the 4 moves I just talked about. If you don't know how to do it, you can go down here. Go down. If I can find it here. Right here. Disable this skill. You just, click on that. Easy. Click on the check mark and then they'll turn red. Disable Reaper. Disable Shift Stance. Disable Dire Strike and Scythe. You do not need them at all whatsoever. So with that out of the way, hopefully you guys are still here. I know I had a lot of explaining to do, but let's get into the normal rotation. Alright guys, so we're gonna get right into the DPS rotation of Ice Warden. Now the DPS rotation is pretty easy. Now I do have to say a couple things about it, and is that sometimes it could get a little clunky if you're having a little bit of a lag spike. So if you see me having a little bit of a mess up there, it's probably because my crappy ass ping and like the server as well, but that's normal for Blade and Soul. Anyways, let's talk about it. You're gonna have 2 skills, Stack and Blade Barrage. I highly recommend you go for Stack instead because it's fast. It also triggers your epicenter, which is very nice. Blade Barrage does the same thing. It does trigger epicenter. It also triggers your Divine Light, as you can see, and it's a good move to have. However, Stack, most of the time you're just going to be better off using Stack in the first place. So let's talk about the normal DPS rotation. Now, it's very important that you do have the bracelet for a Warden, because it also gives them an extra hit on Sonic Strike when you press your Blade War. So this is your Sonic Strike here without using your bracelet effect. So I have 2 stacks of Moon here, and as you guys can see, there's only 3 Sonic Strikes, right? There's only 1, 2, 3. You guys can see here on my mouse. There's only 3. Now, if you press Blade Ward, 1. We're gonna use all of it, right? If you press Blade Ward, there's all of a sudden 4 Sonic Strike. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's Radiant Plume as well. But anyways, as you guys can see, Divine Light does automatically trigger every single time that you are in combat, so it's a very nice skill to have, and it heals you for 50%. So as you can see there, my Divine Light, without any buff or anything, gives me it hits for about 200k each. I mean, no, 500k, and so in turn that's healing me around 200k each hit. So that's quite nice. All right, so let's get into normal rotation. Normal rotation, of course, you're gonna press V and then Sever. Now, Sever allows me to proc Epicenter, and this also procs Divine Light, and so you can start using your what's it called, Sonic Strikes here. You always want to keep your Blade Ward up as long as you can, and then you guys can see me using my E to you know, get my Epicenter damage back. And essentially, you want to keep up your Sonic Strike as much as possible. And each time, yeah, you see me go into like my last 2 Sonic Strikes, I always use Stack or Epicenter or Sever, because if you count, you know, if you count your Sonic Strikes, 3, 1, 2, 3, stack, 1, 2, 3, stack. All right, now it's always the same thing: 3 Sonic Strikes and then stack. Very simple combo to do. Very, very simple. 1, 2, 3, stack. 1, 2, 3, press E's. Stack again. Epicenter jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See? Very simple. Very, very simple combos here. Alright, so now that you guys have seen the combo for quite a bit now, you know, very nice. Oh, that was a little bit of lag. 2, 3. So remember, when you're doing your normal rotation, when you have a full stack of moon sparks, these are your moon sparks. That's, you know, the lunar shapes, right? You're gonna count to 1, 2, 3. Divine Light is proccing. Damn it. Alright, so let me do it again. 1, 2, 3, stack. Not Epicenter. Usually Epicenter does not proc. So how about I disable those 2 skills so that I can show you guys what your normal if you, because like with your normal rotation, Epicenter is gonna proc, Divine Light's gonna proc, you know those things. But to show you guys the rhythm, right? The rhythm that you need to get into. Where is Divine Light? Where is that? I can't even disable it. Upsetty spaghetti. Anyways, all right. Anyway, so how about I get? Okay, so 1. Did I not disable you? Can I disable or no? Fine, I'll get rid of all. Let go of Dire Strike, so I can get rid of, so I can show you guys without regaining all of my you know, light, not my moon sparks. Okay, so essentially I'm gonna get rid of my Divine Light first because this doesn't do anything. Okay, so when you have full stacks, you're gonna do 1, 2, 3, stack. 1, 2, 3, stack. 1, 2, 3. You see how rhythm that is? Nice rhythm, you know what I mean? Nice rhythm. Okay, now, if you are using Sever, I highly recommend that you add Sever into your combo, because Sever is a 15% damage, crit damage for 8 seconds. So essentially what this looks like is Sever to, oh, I didn't have Epicenter, but you know what I mean. But like, you want to add Sever into your rotation, because this allows you to just you know, this allows you to get more DPS in general, you know what I mean? So essentially, again, I'm gonna show you guys again because this is important, right? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes you might want to use your fourth one because it'll just keep the nice and flowy, you know, nice and flowy rotation of the Sonic Strikes. 1, 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stack. 1, 2. And then you can use your blind side to activate your epicenter again. Alright, anyway, so we're done with normal rotation. Let's talk about burst. Alright, now burst is very amazing. That is not a word that I should have not said. Okay, English is hard, and I just woke up. For those of you who are wondering, my mind's not set yet, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm here, and it's all good. So, what I recommend you guys do is to not soul burn, then go in, then do this. This is a terrible idea because you know how much time you just wasted? You just wasted about 4 seconds of your soul if you're running long soul. You also wasted 4 seconds of your blade ward, and you also wasted 4 seconds using your soul burn. So that's a terrible combination. I don't know why people keep doing that, and it's very annoying when they do it as well because like you waste so much DPS in those 4 seconds. In 4 seconds, you can do a lot of damage. You guys don't understand how much damage you can do in 4 seconds. All right, so this is what you should be doing instead: is that you run in, then blade ward, then soul burn, then sever, then divine strike, then sword salvo. Okay. You're gonna hit sword salvo as many times as you can. You know what I mean? Hit it as many as you can, and then you go back to your normal rotation. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Sever. 1, 2, 3. Sever. Stack. 1, 2, 3. Sever again. And that's essentially it. You know, the main thing is to, when you get out of sentry, to do your normal rotation as fluently as you can. It's very important that you keep your rotation nice and flowy. You know what I mean? Very nice and flowy. You don't want your rotation to be a little bit clunky because on Guardian, it's all about the flow. You know what I mean? It's all about the flow of your rotation and not about how, you know, how high or how fast you can burst things down. Because if you have a nice flow on Guardian, you will out DPS people. Okay, you will out DPS people because your damage is so nice and flowy. And I'm just gonna switch weapons because I do not feel like repairing you. Anyways, I'm using the PvP weapon. This weapon is so nice. Look at it. It's so nice. Anyways, let's go back right into it. And so how about I show you guys a full rotation of both Sentry, using Sentry, using Blade Ward, using Sever into it, using your Epicenter, using Divine Light, all that, everything combined. So how about I do that real quick here. So let's go. 1, 2. You gotta want to hit Sword Salvo as quickly as possible, and then Divine Strike. And if you have extra Sword Salvos like this, you can always do that. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Epicenter. 1, 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stack. Sever. Remember to hit Sever. 1, 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we got a weapon reset. 2, 3. Very nice. 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. So remember, just keep counting your Sonic Strike. Of course, I'm counting out loud so that you guys can, you know, have an idea on how to do it. But once you got, you know, all your cooldowns back and all your stacks back together, you should be able to, you know, go into Sentry and all that good stuff and go back into it. 1, 2, 3. Stack. Sever. 1. Okay, we got Epicenter. Sentry mode. Alright guys, so that's the training dummy part. How about I show you guys on a real boss, right? So let me repair my GC weapon here real quick, and then we can go right into it. So I will do one on the whoops, wrong one, wrong weapon. So I will do one here in the training room, and then I will show you, how about I wind stride to Sandstorm Temple, and I will show you guys a more realistic use of the whole rotation and all that good stuff. Okay, so how about we go to Rukash, because I feel like he is a good candidate. He has enough HP to where I can show you guys most of his, rotation, or how about something a little bit low, because I think he has a little bit too much HP. Let me see, where is the Robo? Nah, let's see. There. How about we do this guy? This guy has more than enough HP. Okay, so of course we're gonna be using Limitless, Long Soul, and remember, you go in and then Soul Burn. Activate your talisman, Soul Burn, Sever, Divine Strike. Hit as many Sword Salvos as you can. Nice, we have 2 extra Sword Salvos. We're gonna hit stack, Epicenter, and then Blade Ward. 1, 2, 3. We got Divine Light buff, which is cool. Ooh, Black Tile. What the heck? I've never seen that. 1, 2, 3. Stack. 1, 2, 3. Our Sever is back. Now that we have two Sunspark, we're gonna use our Sever to get our 3rd, and so that we can go back into Sentry mode. I don't know why that black area keeps appearing, because that's not good. That can't be good, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3. I forgot. Hit Sever! Nice. 1, 2, 3. We have 2 Sparks, but we're gonna save our Soul Burn because our Soul is about to be back in about 5 seconds. And so is our Sever. Very nice. Now, during the Soul activation, you always want to go into Sentry mode if you can. And then I'm going to activate both Soul Burn and Blade Ward to get more of that damage going. 1, 2, 3. We're going to go back into Sentry Sands. Very nice. 1. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stack. Armor regen. Remember, your armor regen gives you an extra Sunspark. One. Nice, we got 2 more extra. 1, 2, 3. Sever. 1, 2, 3. Stack. Oh, I didn't see that. Anyways. Nice, going back to Sentry one more time. I was a little disappointed that Divine Strike didn't crit on that last hit. That should have killed him, but I don't think my Divine... Yeah, Divine Strike didn't crit. It only did like 2 million some. If it critted, we probably could have killed that boss with like 3 million DPS. But you know, it's whatever, right? Anyways, so essentially, that's what it'll basically look like in a dungeon if you're running with Limitless Soul Badge. Now, like I said, Limitless Soul Badge is very nice. It just works with everything, and it's just a really good Soul Badge to have. And of course, your accessories are nice, are nice to go with it as well. But that is basically the rotation for Warden. If you guys have any questions, just leave it down in the comment section down below, and I will try to answer them to the best of my abilities. But with that being said, I will show you guys a more realistic inside a real dungeon run on Warden. But I will not be commentating on that, so you guys can just take a look at it. You can analyze it however you want. And with that being said, guys, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time in Blade and Soul. See you guys then.